Hello students, welcome back to chemistry class. What we were on to? We were discussing about carbohydrates. In our previous lecture, we have done structure of glucose and open chain structure. Evidence for open chain structure of glucose also we have done in our previous lecture. Today, we are going to discuss about fructose. Molecular formula of fructose is C6H12O6. Molecular formula of fructose and molecular formula of glucose both are same. Later, fructose CH2OH, C double bond O, CH2OH, OHH, HOH, HOH. This is a D-fructose. D-fructose. Okay. What about D-glucose? CH2, CHO, CH2OH, HOH, OHH, and OH are friends. This is a D-glucose. D-glucose and D-fructose. Molecular formula of the both the compounds same. Molecular formula is same. What is the difference? Functional group. Here aldehyde functional group is there. Ketone is there. Both are functional isomers of each other. Okay. Glucose and fructose both are functional isomers of each other because molecular formula is same, but they differs in the nature of the functional group. Okay. So they are functional isomers of each other. Next, this is a Fischer projection of glucose and fructose. Let's write the Haworth structure of fructose. Fructopyranose and fructopyranose both 5-membered ring and 6-membered ring. CH2OH, C double bond O, CH2OH, OH, OHH and HOH. This is a D-fructose. What is this? D-fructose. It exists a pyranose and furanose. Pyranose means 6-membered ring. Furanose means 5-membered ring. Okay, both structure can exist here, but mainly it exists in the 5-membered ring. That is furanose. Okay, fructofuranose is mainly existing by this fructose. Clear? Now the lone pair of electrons when attacking on the carbonyl carbon. Carbonyl carbon has a planar structure. It may be attacking from above or below. When it is attacking on the carbonyl carbon, the lone pair of electrons attacking on carbonyl carbon due to the repulsion force, the pi bond shifted towards oxygen atom and this H plus ion attacking on this negative charge. Then we will get a structure that is CH2OH and C single bond OH. Single bond OH. Next we will get this structure completely CH2 OH, CH2 OH and HO. Okay, ring formation takes between these two. After that, we have OH left side and HOH and HOH. This is the Haworth structure. How many member ring will form? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 member. How many member ring will form? 6 member ring will form. Okay, 1, 2, 3. This is not exist. Sorry. This is not exist. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 member ring. 5 member ring. Okay, from this we will get this is a 5-member ring. Okay, numbering the carbon atoms. Initially number the carbons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. From 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is a 6. Clear? Now the oxygen directly linked to the second carbon. So this is the second carbon. What about first carbon? CH2OH. CH2OH are left side is there and OH right side is there. OH is right side, that is called alpha D fructose. Alpha D fructose. Okay, OH and CH2OH. CH2OH. Clear? That's the first carbon. This is the first and second carbon. What about third carbon? OH are left side is there. Left side means up. OH. And fourth carbon OH right side is there. So down. On fifth carbon, hydrogen atom is like this. Hydrogen and CH2OH. CH2OH. I write CH2OH. CH2OH. Clear? That is the sixth carbon. What is this? Alpha D fructofuranose. Okay, alpha D fructofuranose, 5 member ring. When the lone pair of CH2OH attacking on carbonyl carbon, when these are attacking, when this lone pair of electrons are attacking on this carbon atom, then how many member ring form? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 member ring will form. How many member ring will form? 6 member. That is a C single bond OH. Here one more structure we will get, that is a alpha D fructofuranose and beta D fructofuranose. We will get later. Now OH left side and CH2OH. CH2OH. CH2 and linked through the oxygen and remaining everything as third carbon. This is the first carbon, second carbon, third carbon. Third carbon OH left side there, left side, and fourth carbon right side there, right side. Okay, and fifth carbon right side there, right side. How many member ring you will get? 6 member ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 member ring will form. Okay, what about this second carbon? Okay, the oxygen directly into second carbon, so the second carbon, first carbon OH left side means up. This CH2OH and this is a down OH. Clear? And what about this OH left side is there? Left side means up, and right side is there. Right side means down, and right side is there. Right side means down. And this is a 2 hydrogen. It contains 2 hydrogens. Hydrogen. Clear? What about this? Right side there, OH group right side there. So alpha D fructofuranose. Alpha D fructofuranose. Now by using all this alpha D fructofuranose, we can add beta D fructofuranose. Beta D means OH left side. Left side means it is coming up. It is coming up from this structure. The OH group coming left. Okay. These two are ionomers of each other. Then we can write. What about this alpha D fructofuranose? Now write the beta D fructofuranose. Beta D means the OH group coming left side. OH coming left side. Okay. Now write the structure for beta D fructofuranose. Okay. This is OH upside will come and remaining CH2OH. Remaining everything as is. This is down and this CH2OH. Clear? This is beta D fructofuranose. This alpha D fructofuranose. This is beta D fructofuranose. What's the difference between these two? At anomeric carbon, the configuration different. At anomeric carbon, OH group present there, alpha D fructose. When it is coming left side, that is beta D fructofuranose. 5 member ring, beta D fructofuranose. Similarly, alpha D fructopyranose. OH group right side there, alpha D fructopyranose. When OH group left side, beta D fructopyranose. Alpha D fructopyranose, beta D fructopyranose, both are anomers of each other because they are different at anomeric carbon. What is anomeric carbon? Carbonyl carbon. Okay. Similarly, these two are alpha D fructofuranose and beta D fructofuranose. Both are anomers of each other. What are they? Anomers of each other because they differ at anomeric carbon. Configuration differs at anomeric carbon. Clear? Next one, glycosidic linkage or glycosidic bond. Glycosidic linkage or glycosidic bond. Already we know that the carbonyl compounds means C double bond O, aldehydes and ketones react with alcohols in the presence of dry HCl to form hemiacetal OHOR. This is called hemiacetal. In hemiacetal, the carbonyl carbon converted to OR and OH group. Here, in hemiacetal, carbonyl carbon converted to OR and OH. This is called anomeric carbon. What is this? Anomeric carbon. Okay. And what is anomeric hydroxyl group? What is anomeric hydroxyl group? This is anomeric carbon. Okay, clear? Anomeric carbon is anomeric hydroxyl group. Clear? What about alpha D fructopyranose? The Haworth structure of alpha D fructose and beta D fructose and alpha D glucose and beta D glucose. Which structure they are? I will write one structure, then you can understand. Now this is the glucose CH2OH, HOH, OHH and HOH. This is the alpha D glucose. What is it? D glucose, because OH group are right side there. When these lone pair of electrons are attacking on carbonyl carbon, then we will get a ring structure. How many member ring? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including oxygen. 6 member ring we will get like this. Okay? Is there any doubt? No doubt. Now we will get, for example, OH is right side, OH and H as is there, and OH group right side is there, down, left side is there, up, right side is there, down, and finally we will get CH2OH. What is Haworth structure? Haworth structure of alpha D glucose. What is it? Alpha D glucose, because it is anomeric carbon, OH group right side is there. Down means what is the meaning of this? Right side. Okay. In Haworth structure, OH group right side, down means what is the meaning of right side? Right side means down means right side. Whatever it is, Haworth structure. What is this? Haworth structure of alpha D glucose. Okay. Alpha D glucose structure. In alpha D glucose structure, carbonyl carbon converted to OH and ether. Okay, one is OH and another one is ether. Okay, this is R means carbon. C single bond O, single bond R means ether. Clear? Understand? Here, carbonyl carbon converted to OR and OH. So this is called anomeric carbon, and the OH group is called anomeric hydroxyl group. This anomeric hydroxyl group, and this is ether. RO single bond R, ether. Clear? This anomeric hydroxyl group. Understand? Clear? Means which structure this is? A oxidizing. What is it? Oxidizing. Understand? Now this carbonyl carbon oxidized to form hemiacetal. Similarly, glucose oxidation to form Haworth structure. In Haworth structure, what is it? Oxidation means addition of oxygen takes place here. Clear? Now the bond between the oxygen and carbon, this is called glycosidic link. Glycosidic bond. What is this? Glycosidic bond or linkage. Okay, the bond between oxygen and alkyl group, that is called glycosidic bond or glycosidic linkage. Clear? Understand? Now, in anomeric carbon, when it is reacting with ROH alcohol, alpha D glucose, and is reacting with alcohol, then what happens? The remaining structure, everything is same, only here OR will form. and single bond H. What about this glycosidic bond? What is it? Glycosidic bond. The linkage is called glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage. Clear? Understand? Clear? At anomeric carbon, the oxygen OH group is linked to the another carbohydrates is called the glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage. Okay, clear? Now this bond is called glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond. Clear? Now reducing and non-reducing sugars. Reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars. What are reducing sugars, sir? What are reducing sugars? The carbohydrates which contains an anomeric hydroxyl group. Anomeric hydroxyl groups are responsible for the reducing property. Anomeric hydroxyl groups are responsible for the oxidation. Okay, reducing property. For example, here OH group is there, then only it is reacting with alcohol to form OR bond. Means this is anomeric hydroxyl group. These anomeric hydroxyl groups are responsible for the oxidation of alpha D glucose. Alpha D glucose means carbohydrate. Means anomeric hydroxyl groups are responsible for the oxidation of alpha D glucose and beta D glucose. Clear? If alpha at anomeric portion, anomeric hydroxyl groups are present, they are reducing sugars. They are reducing sugars. Now what happens here? Now this alpha D glucose react with alcohol to form OR. Means it is reduced. It is reduced. Means itself it is oxidized. It is oxidized. Itself it is a reduced. Itself it is a reduced. What happens here? Carbonyl carbon converted to OR and OH. Addition of OR. Addition of oxygen. Addition of oxygen means oxidation reaction. If it undergoes oxidation means itself it is a reducing agent. It is a reducing. Okay, carbonyl carbon is reducing. Similarly, what about this alpha D glucose? Alpha D glucose. Okay, when alpha D glucose react with ROH, then what happened here? OH group will introduce there. OH group is introduced. Now OH group when react with alcohol, OR group will form. Means which reaction it is undergoes? Oxidation reaction. Carbonyl carbon addition of oxygen takes place. Addition of oxygen takes place at a carbonyl carbon. Means oxidation reaction takes place. Itself it is oxidized. Means it is a reducing agent. It is a reducing agent. For the reducing property, anomeric hydroxyl groups are responsible. If a carbohydrates contains anomeric hydroxyl group, it is reduced. For example, in carbohydrates does not contain anomeric hydroxyl group, they are called non-reducing sugars. Okay, reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars both are there. What's the meaning of reducing sugars? The sugars which contains anomeric hydroxyl group. Anomeric hydroxyl groups are readily oxidized, so they are reducing sugars. Okay, what about non-reducing? The anomeric hydroxyl group is not present, then they are called non-reducing sugars. Okay, reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars. What is the meaning of reducing sugars? Anomeric hydroxyl groups are responsible for that, and non-reducing sugars means if there is no anomeric hydroxyl group, they are called non-reducing sugars. Okay, just we have to check the structure at anomeric portion. OH group is there or not? If it is there, reducing. If it is not there, non-reducing. Just we have to remember like that. Okay, direct questions coming from this area in the NEET and JEE Mains, giving there will give some examples. Among these, for example, which is a reducing sugar and which is not reducing sugar. Just we have to check the anomeric hydroxyl group. If anomeric hydroxyl group is present, then it is a reducing. There is no anomeric hydroxyl group means it is a non-reducing sugars. Okay, clear?